Hello. Welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz. I'll be guiding you on this journey. And this journey is going to be a little bit different because we're going to do a look ahead to 2024. I've been doing these readings and every single one of them has been so effing cool. And I love the vibe that is coming through with them. So like I said, it's more of like an overview for the year. It could be energy that you're feeling now. It could be energy that you're, of course, looking forward to. So it is a 7-card spread, and I'll just kind of go through what those 7 positions are, and then I might put a key just on this side of the screen. Maybe, I don't know. I'll try it and see how it looks. And if it looks dumb, I'm not going to do it. So if you don't see it, then it looked dumb. But, and if you're like me, you may not even watch the actual video, but more just listen to it and do a bunch of other stuff or play games on your phone or something. That's what I do when I watch videos or listen to videos. So it may not matter to you anyway, unless of course you do actually watch the actual video instead of just listening to it. So the first position is clarity, what your personal theme for 2024 will be. The second position is the horizon, what you can expect in 2024. Third position is strength, how to harness your inner power. Fourth position is sunset, what you're leaving behind in 2023. Advice, the lesson that you learned in 2023 is the 5th position. The 6th position is the obstacle or challenge you'll face in 2024. And then lastly, the 7th position is navigation, and that's guidance for the year ahead. So that's what we're going to do this time around. And great. So this reading is for the 5-1 or heretic, I almost said heretic owl, heretic investigator. Profile and human design. If you don't know your profile, there's a link in the description below to get it. And along with your profile, there's some other great information for you to explore, but for the purposes of this reading, we're going based on profile. We're not taking jumpers this time around. I'm just going to shuffle the deck while I talk, and then I'll cut the deck twice. We'll take the middle pile and we'll take the top 7 cards off of it. So, what else? Anything? This is a look ahead reading into 2024. You could already be experiencing these energies now. Of course, like July. Well, maybe there's something going on in July, but January 1st is just, it's another date just with a new year attached to it. So, it's not like, unfortunately, we wake up and it's a brand new life or energy or whatever, which sucks. That would be nice, but I'll of course tell you each position. Like I said, there's 7 cards, there's 7 positions. Anything else? Just a couple more times. Okay. 1, 2. All right, so your personal theme for 2024 is the Tower. Get ready. Things are about to get shaken up. Oh my God. What can you expect in 2024? The 8 of Cups. Okay. How to harness your inner power is the 4 of Pentacles. What you're leaving behind is the Sun. Lesson you learned in 2023 is a Justice card. A challenge you'll face in 2024 is the Eight of Pentacles. And guidance for the year ahead is Nine of Cups. All right, let me move these up a little bit. Gotta love starting out with a Tower, right? Like, oh, what? I don't know. You know, the Tower card, okay, so that's your personal theme for 2024, right? I mean, the Tower is associated to Mars also. So you might want to see, I think, you know, I can't remember. It's fire. So I know at some point, I think it's summer 2020, which is interesting because I said July at some point, but I believe, I don't know if it's July. Anyway, Jupiter is going to be going into Gemini, I believe in May of 2024. And at some point, Mars is also going to be in Gemini. And one or both of those planets are going to retrograde also. So it could be around July. I literally just read something about this morning and I can't even, my memory is just non-existent, I swear, which hopefully should be getting better going into the new year, actually. But anyway, if you want to look it up, you can. I think I was actually looking at Uranus opposition in relation to human design because I was trying to figure out when my Uranus opposition was going to be. And then I somehow, because on Facebook, somebody was saying that 5/1s specifically start living more in their 5/1-ness and their incarnation cross around the time of their Uranus opposition. So I went down this rabbit hole of searching for that. And then I ended up on some website where this dude was talking about Jupiter going into Gemini and Mars also going into Gemini. And this year, I believe we had that extended retrograde Mars in Gemini for, what was that, like 6 weeks or something like that. So anyway, all of that is to say we're still talking about the Tower card here. And there could be something that is significant in July, but the Tower card is only going to affect the things that are no longer serving us. And sure, you know, I mean, the Tower card can be a bit chaotic. It could be a bit destabilizing in some capacity, but it's also like, I feel like that happens more, like the feeling of destabilizing or the uncomfortability, whatever, with the Tower card comes when we are resisting. Just with everything, right? I mean, anytime we start resisting change or whatever, it does get even more uncomfortable. You know, it does feel more chaotic. So, yeah, I mean, this girl is watching her treehouse on fire from a distance. So it's also this feeling of there would be things that you notice maybe in your life that are crumbling. It could be jobs, it could be friends, it could be relationships, whatever. But it's, again, right, like what is no longer serving you is what is going to be taken out. It could just be timelines closing down. You know, like if we've been holding on to things or keeping things open because we wanted closure, or I don't know, maybe I'll go back to that or whatever, like it's those timelines that are just going to be shut down. Like, no, you don't need closure. Your ego thinks you do. Or, you know, like you've been saying that you are going to go back to that for the last 6 years. You're not. And even if you did, it would probably be in a completely different capacity than what you originally thought anyway. So, and it says, get ready, things are about to get shaken up. So, and there's just these dolls that are falling out of this, this treehouse. So again, it could just be things around you that do have an impact on you in some capacity, because obviously this girl isn't going to be able to play in her treehouse, but it's also like the purpose of it is to clear out energy so that something new can come in. Because, this treehouse served its purpose. And if anything, maybe it was preventing her from growing up a bit. And I'm just going based on this card, right? Holding on to something that it's like, just preventing you from moving forward. And then what you can expect in 2024 is the Eight of Cups. I'm laughing, it's like you have to find humor. Right? It's like you have to find humor in things, because it says, if your life feels stale, explore some new scenery. The Eight of Cups talks about recognizing when it is time to walk away from something. It's moving forward. Cups having to do with our emotions, our emotional body. How do we feel about things? How do we feel about our lives? How do we feel about the people, the places, the things that are in our lives? Or like, how do we feel about ourselves? What is our emotional connection to ourselves? It's also about recognizing when it's time to leave something behind. So again, it's amazing that these two cards come out together in the sense of your personal theme and what you can expect in 2024, because something is clearly getting shaken up. It also has to be shaken up in order for you to move forward, in order for you to discover that there is maybe a path here, right? Because I love that on this card, there's already this path available. They're by water. Maybe you're moving by water. This could be moving like physical locations, but it is more, it's cups. So it's allowing yourself to emotionally move forward. But this is the part that I think I love the most out of this, is that we start with the Eight of Cups. And what are they deciding to move towards? They're deciding to move towards the Nine of Cups. And we have the effing Nine of Cups on the table at the end of the reading, which of course we'll get to. But this is making a decision to go towards your desires, to feel purposeful, right? To feel like you are supported and you are loved and you love what you're doing. You love the things in your life. That's the Nine of Cups. It's wish fulfillment. So I love that. Like what you can expect in 2024 is going towards making that decision to allow your emotions, your emotional body, allowing your love to flow towards the things that are going to make you feel fulfilled, and leave behind the things that are no longer serving. Like literally both of these cards talk about that. None of these water bottles have water in them, so they're empty. That's why it's like, well, okay, heading out, right? How to harness your inner power is the Four of Pentacles. It says treat yourself to something shiny every now and again. The Four of Pentacles have to do with our money, how we get it, how we save it, how we spend it. It's our physical time, like where are we physically showing up in our lives? Where are we physically putting our time and resources into? It's also our physical body. And the Four of Pentacles, usually it talks about budgeting and discipline. It talks about holding on a bit too tight too, because it's like you're afraid of letting go of your sense of security, but it's a 4, right? So it's not even like, how do I want to say this? Without sounding like super rude or something. And I hope you know that I don't mean, that, but it is a 4. So it's not even like you've reached your full potential yet. But if you've recognized, like, you were able to save up some pennies, and you have a little bit of a nest egg, it's like, like, that's my sense of security. And I don't want to invest that money into myself or into something shiny every now and again, because I'm worried that by doing that, I'm going to have less money in my nest egg, and I'm not going to be able to replace it. So, and then after the 4 of Pentacles is the 5 of Pentacles, right? So being in that energy, we create this sense of lack and scarcity. We don't allow ourselves to reach our full potential and be even more successful monetarily, because we're holding on so tight to literal pennies instead of going after dollars. So with the 4 of Pentacles being how to harness your inner power, it is investing in yourself. It's not saying, just go out and blow your money on, like consuming shit. No, like, I would never. I would never. I'm not a capitalist, babe. Like, I would never tell you to just go consume stuff just to consume it and just to have it. No, like, this is more about like investing in yourself. And sure, treat yourself to something shiny every once in a while, right? I mean, I'm not saying don't just buy things, but also, like, don't buy things just because it like fulfills an emotional need or something. But it's like, invest in a training class, or invest in, the thing that you have wanted to try, or something that is going to help level you up, is the feeling that I'm getting from the 4 of Pentacles. I'm kind of curious what the book says. So it says, I'm just holding my resources close. You never know what could happen, right? The witch says, chuckling nervously. Most people would probably agree that the responsible thing is to have a few dollars tucked away in case of a rainy day. However, this card may indicate that you're doing much more than just saving a few dollars here and there. It may have started as a way to create a little security for yourself, but all you've created is unfounded fear around spending. This isn't to say you should go blow all your savings on a cauldron full of frivolous things, just that you're worthy of being spoiled sometimes. So go buy that plant or crystal you've been eyeing. And if you're in Colorado Springs, I sell plants too. A little self-plug. I feel like that's literally probably everything that I just said. But in the sense of, especially with these 2 cards being first, it's like investing in yourself, investing in your future. Like, what is going to get you to a place of financial stability? What's going to help you get there? Do you need some sort of training? Even if it's like a mindset switch, like finding a course on, like mindset, but it's like investing in yourself for your future. What you're leaving behind in 2023. I think I like kind of chuckled when this card like first came out, because of course it's like, even with the Tower card when it first came out, like just kind of that like zing, right? But the more that obviously we're moving through these energies here on this card, it says give yourself permission to experience joy. That to me feels like, and both of these are fire cards, clearly. I mean, this treehouse is on fire, but this is more Aries. I believe the Tower is Mars. Yeah, but also I think Scorpio? Is Scorpio attached to Mars? I don't know why I'm getting was Scorpio in Mars? Was Mars in Scorpio recently? Is it right now? This is why I should have my laptop around or my phone so I can quickly look these things up and sound less dumb. But here we are. And that's okay. Anyway, the sun is attached to Leo. Those placements could have nothing to do with you. They could have everything, I just throw them out there. But with this card being in the position of what you're leaving behind in 2023, it is like leaving behind foreboding joy. I think like Brene Brown talks about foreboding joy. Like it's allowing yourself, it literally says, give yourself permission to experience joy. It's allowing yourself to be playful. Allow play into your life, right? Like allow yourself to experience joy, which could come even from this Four of Pentacles, right? Like getting into something that you really enjoy, investing in something that you really believe in and that you really enjoy. And, and especially if there has been an energy of the Four of Pentacles over, however long, because things are so unstable, right? Or have been so unstable, then it's almost like, what's kind of one of those first things to go is play and fun and luxuries and, things like that. So it's like finding the space to allow joy and bliss to come into your life. So you're leaving behind blocking access to that. And giving yourself permission to experience, like give yourself a pat on the back, What the? Do you see this big ass bug flying around? That is not bringing me joy right now. I don't even know what. That looked like one of those summer type of bugs. I think it's a little confused what season we're in right now. I don't even know where that would have I don't even know if you could have seen it. But those like, depending I guess maybe on where you live. I'm on the West Coast, but they're like really big. Well, they look like overgrown mosquitoes. But I don't think that's what they are. I think more East Coast has like big mosquitoes, and Colorado we have little ones. Anyway, random. That was really random. So, the lesson you learned in 2023 is the Justice card, which is attached to Libra. Stick to your truth and everything will turn out just fine. I believe, is it the North Node that's in Libra right now and will be for, I believe, the next year? Depending on what house Libra is for you. But Justice talks about fairness. It talks about the scales balancing. There's a karma aspect to it. Yeah, like this feels like living out your truth. And again, you have the fifth line, right? And heretic is not traditional. I believe like one of the definitions of heretic or heretical is going against tradition, breaking outside of the box. So again, right, with the Justice card, stick to your truth and everything will turn out just fine. And it being in the position of the lesson that you learned in 2023, it could be that how it looks for you is not how it's going to look for other people. And what's true for you may not be true for other people. And that's fine. But your obligation is to your own truth. Like, we have this judge who also is a witch, right? So, which, some people may say cannot go together. but they've figured out how to make it successful. And that is what is true for them is, and especially too with the Justice card, there's a sword on here, which is the sword of truth, right? And the truth does have to be objective, right? That's usually why on some Justice cards, they're blind, because they have to go based purely on fact, like what can be proven. If we think about like all my true crime baddies out there like me, like, when you think about evidence and going to court, it's like, it's not, what can you prove? There can't be emotion involved in it, which is interesting because it's falling under the Eight of Cups, but with the Justice card, it has to be objective. Otherwise, if you start inviting people's feelings into things, it becomes opinion. So with this being in the position of the lesson that you learned in 2023, it's definitely you've learned a lesson about your truth. Maybe, like you did try a different way of living, or a different way of working, or a different way of being in relationship or partnership or connection with people that is true for you. Maybe other people don't get it. And this spread isn't necessarily designed to, be the top card and the bottom card together. It just happens to work out that way in some cases, but it could even be too that you're moving more towards what your truth is, because you discovered this truth in 2023. What you can expect in 2024 is walking towards that purpose, walking towards that truth that in your heart, which is interesting. And then the challenge that you'll face in 2024, we have another 8 out here. The Eight of Pentacles, it says, sorry, but fairies are not going to come do all the work for you. So this is not a year for you to take off, like it's not a year that you will just be chilling. You do have to put the work in. Pentacles, again, it's interesting that the 2 Pentacles cards that we have out here are next to each other, or on top of, or underneath each other. So that's kind of interesting. But, and two, though, so the 4 of Pentacles, we were talking about investing your time, your resources, your money, whatever, into something. The 8 of Pentacles is being in that investment, because the 8 of Pentacles is putting your time, putting your resources, putting your money into a skill or a craft in order to master it, like practice makes perfect type of thing. But also it's even like discovering what you do like. All of these fairy houses on here are different, right? They're all fairy houses, but they all look different. So again, it's like, it's finding your niche, or like finding your thing within your thing. And with it being a challenge you'll face in 2024, you are going to have to put the work in. It's like, the work isn't over. You're still building something, still working on maybe, ironing out the kinks, still, again, like in the process of mastering a thing. You might still learn a lot of lessons through this whole thing. I mean, this could be the job that you have. It could be, again, a craft or a skill that you are working on mastering. It could be a job. It could even be your health, because again, Pentacles have to do with our physical body, but it's our house, it's our car, it's our possessions, right? It's like anything tangible, anything we can touch, and anything that has value to it. So there could just be, things that you are going to have to put work into to grease them up or oil them up and just get them back to perfect working order. And then I love, like I said, guidance for the year ahead. I love that it's the 9 of Cups. I love that we're starting with the 8 of Cups. I love that we're ending with the 9 of Cups. I am a junkie for progressions that happen within the same reading like this. Like, I just think that's so cool because it also shows that we're moving through the energy, which I love. So the 9 of Cups, like I said, it's wish fulfillment. It's our desires being met, our cups feeling full. 9s are about individual completion. So this is you feeling fulfilled. This is you feeling purposeful and you meeting your own desires. Wishes coming true, right? Whatever wishes are for you. I love that, you know, they're outside of whatever this building is, right? So clearly they walked along this pier because there's water out here, and now they have this van life, you know. Like, the way that you live your life can be completely different in the year of 2024. Not to say that you're going to sell all your possessions, buy a van, and do that for the year. You could, if that's what you want to do. If you want to try that, absolutely, that is available for you to do. But it could even just be how you were, your idea. And like I said, being a 5th line, being a heretic, it's allowing yourself to break out of that box and break out of tradition. And what is true for you? What's going to bring you joy? I love that these 2 cards, the Sun and the 9 of Cups, are with each other. Even though the Sun is what you're leaving behind in 2023, but what you're leaving behind is blocking joy. You're allowing yourself, you're giving yourself permission to feel joy. And this 9 of Cups is that joy. It says, live in a constant state of gratitude. This is beautiful. This is really beautiful. My fellow 5-1s. I'm also a 5-1. But I love this. This is gorgeous. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.